All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back. I pray y'all are having a wonderful, blessed day as we thank the Most High for so much. My title now says Graduating from College in Depth. This is a video response back to you, Brother Jerry 55. I pray that most people won't take this video the wrong way, because I'm going to talk about the part about college that they don't really want you to know. And hopefully I'll help somebody, the next somebody, not blow all their money that they don't have no way on sending their kid to college. Somebody catch that later on. Now, Brother Jerry, my take on going to college. Growing up, for us in the house, it was either you was going to get a job, or they told you better try to go to college or military. But going to college in our race, 9 times out of 10, it wasn't too many going. Now, I will say this out top. College is not for everybody. But they made it very clear to us growing up, you leaving this house. So they would always tell you, even teachers in school, high school, you need to get a degree. You need to go to college. This world make it seem like if you don't go to college, you're not going to make it at all in this life. And there's too many of us around here that didn't go to school that prove that little so-called theory wrong. Now, just catch what I'm saying in this video. Once again, I'm not trying to tell people to do like me. What am I getting at also is that I'm speaking from my point of view. Now, if you done sent your kids to college or you're getting ready to, it's each to their own. That's your business, what you're doing. This is just me talking for JT. Nobody else. Me. I got to make this point clear, because when I start doing topics like these, so many people take these topics the wrong way and think I'm trying to bash on people and all kind of stuff be all, going, they take the wrong way. And that's not my intention. That's why I say hopefully I can help somebody with this video. Not to knock anybody and what they're doing, because you can still be successful in this life without college. You're looking at somebody that didn't go to college, me. It's each to their own though. Now, how many people you know right now, Brother Jerry, that got a degree and they still don't even use it? They spent all that money and right now they still not using their degree. It's a lot of people in this life working right now, not even using their degree. I'm not talking about everybody, but there are some who got a degree or degrees and still are not using them. Now, to me, I'm going to tell you this off top. You ask me what I think about college, to me it's a scam. It's just another way for those to make money. You know who those are when I say those. It's a system. I feel the same way about college, the same way I felt about high school. It's a system. They train you, they teach you, you learn their way. Now you just catch this for a moment. Elementary, you being taught by somebody. Middle school, you being taught by somebody. High school, you being taught by somebody. Then after high school, you go to college, you being taught by somebody. Now the question is, what are you truly learning? That's why I couldn't stand history in none of the schools I was in. Because it was they way, they thoughts, they little so-called worldly history. It never made sense to me because they wasn't talking biblical history. That's why you got to be careful. If you don't educate your kids yourself, they're going to grow up really learning this system, and they're not going to know who they are and what they're doing in this life. Teach Holy Spirit. Once again, these are my thoughts. I'm not knocking nobody with what they're doing with college. I'm just coming in. I'm coming from another way with this video. But once again, how many people do you see with a degree and they don't even use it? Now, let me ask you this. This is the question I can't wait to see the answers to in this video, under the video in the comments section. Who do you think is benefiting the most? The students or the university? I'm going to say it again. Who do you think is benefiting the most? the students or the university. Now, the reason why I'm saying that, and I'm showing you that this is a business, and that it's such a ripoff, because, oh man, there's so much I can say in this video. Let me take my time. Let me slow down. Let me slow down. It's a reason why all these loans are out here. But most of us won't tap into why we doing something. Why are we doing it? Is it even worth it? Is it going to harm my family, or is it going to hurt my family? And to answer your question again off top, no, I didn't go to college. But when I thought about years ago going to college, and I'm glad I didn't, I couldn't even qualify for the loans that I needed, except for one Pearl grant, which was only $500. I was trying to be an auto mechanic, and if I couldn't get a cosigner, I couldn't get into school. And I couldn't get a cosigner, so I was denied. And I'm glad I was, because at that point, that showed me a lot about going to college. And the Most High provided a way for me to use my gift, just like the Bible say, your gift make room for you. And ever since, especially when I got out of high school, I've been doing pretty good for myself. I didn't go to college for music. And you see me online with all them videos, like you were saying, not boasting and bragging. But I have taught so many people how to play the piano, and I haven't went to nobody's college. I haven't went to nobody's Bible school, seminary school for the word. I have been taught by the Most High. I went to Nebo College. You know what Nebo is? I got down on my knees and I prayed to the Father to show me the way. Because I had to learn it wasn't JT way, it was about Yahweh. And when you go Yahweh, it shows you the better way. It shows you, like P.P. John's been preaching, the system of the Most High. It's unexplainable, man. You can't go wrong with it. But at that time in my life, I knew something was wrong, because it was something I couldn't explain it at first, but why I couldn't get in this college. I was trying to go to AT. I even thought about going to Brookhaven. There's so many things I wanted to do for music, and then, auto mechanic or refrigeration, all this stuff I was wanting to tap into, and I learned how to do it anyway. Just like computers, I was taught by people that went to college and spent a lot of money on degrees, and they taught me how to rebuild computers and study this and study that. So the Most High always have a way for you to learn. I was fixing people's computer and wasn't even charging them nothing. And just like teaching the piano, I wasn't charging nobody. People would donate, but I wasn't charging nobody nothing. But let me get off of that. I'm just making a point. But when you start looking at this from a financial aspect, it's so dangerous. That's why I wanted to use the title, Graduating from College, but in Depth. Most people that I know that graduated from college, they still paying back. Some of them had to get 2 or 3 jobs. But once again, it's a system. And it's really a system that's designed to keep you as a parent broke. This is what they don't want to tell you. That's why my thought process changed when I started Googling about colleges and degrees and how much you spend a year on this and how much the books cost. And it changed my whole thought process. I said, you know what? That's not for me. 4 years of this, and then when I get out, I'm still not guaranteed because the economy has failed. No. And then some students, it takes them 6 years to complete a 4-year program. And then they still got a problem trying to find work. And you in debt. College, to me, once again, is a scam. Now, once again, remember, I'm speaking my thoughts, what I feel. Who's educating you? Even in the gospel field now, if you haven't went to this seminary school, you haven't graduated from here or there, or you don't have this title behind your name, some people won't even listen that you preach. And the ones that I have heard that haven't went to nobody's school are the best teachers. It just go to show you, you got man's way, and then you have Yahweh. Look at what these professors are teaching in these colleges now. When you study, you'll find this out. 50% of recent college graduates are unemployed or underemployed. Proven fact. And the ones that got a job, half of recent college graduates are working in jobs that don't even require a degree. Now, I don't even want to start talking about private college. It's so expensive. The reason why I know, because I used to do a lot of checking in the colleges. And then I talked to a lot of people, even professors, people with their children, how much money they waste. I know parents right now that's ready to just really murder their kid because of what they did and dropped out of school. The average cost of a college education now is almost $50,000 per year at a private college. It's a business. What you always hear me say, just like the penitentiary, it's a business. Just like war, it's a business. Just like religion, it's a business. Well, you got to borrow money to go to school. JT, I can't pay my loan back. What happens when you can't pay these loans back? And see, the reason why I'm saying this also, let me go back to the word for a moment. The Bible speaks about being a borrower or being a lender. Which one do you want to be, like the lender or the borrower? See, we supposed to be like the lender. But I'm going to ask you this again. Who's benefiting more, the students or the universities? Or the ones that own these colleges? See, if you catch what I'm really saying in this video, let me just go and say it out loud. The federal government, what they allow to go on. These colleges are ripping students off because the federal government allows it to go on. Who you think the big gain of student financial aid is? The student? Let me say this like I want. Hell no. The universities. Federal government. See, well, you might give the students this. Give them this check because they got good grades. Who you think is making the bulk of this money? It's not the students. Look at the universities. That's why I said, when I started looking at all this, college was not for me. It might be for you, but it wasn't for me. Once again, I'm speaking for myself. Don't let me, what I'm saying in this video, discourage you. But if you think that's what you're supposed to do, and all that, knock yourself out. But I'm just here to let you know how expensive it is and what they don't want to talk about behind college. I do understand in this life there are some jobs you can never get without a degree. I understand that. But that's why I keep saying it's each to their own. I know people that know how to work on cars and ain't went to nobody's school. I know preachers that can preach and ain't went to nobody's school. I know too many people that's got so many gifts and talents, they ain't went to nobody's school and they doing real good in their life without degrees. But see, that's what they always taught us. They brainwashed us with that stuff growing up. You ain't going to be successful without a college education in this life. How many people done proved that wrong? How many people do you see right now, celebrities, basketball players, football players, people that have made good money, even though some of them, I ain't going to say some, the majority of them getting robbed too, but you know my point is they made it without a degree because their gift made room for them. But we always been taught, and that's why that never made sense to me growing up. If you don't have a college degree, you ain't gonna make it in this life. You ain't gonna be able to play the piano. I got talked down so much when I was younger. You ain't gonna learn it, brother. And then next thing I know, I can buy these books over here. Teach myself this. Then you start looking at DVDs online. Oh, they teaching this. The ones, thank the Most High for the ones that came and gave back to the ones that really want to learn. The ones that, hey, I love people that got degrees and they not scared to come back and or talk about something stupid like you got to do like I did, brother, and learn the hard way. Just like on the piano, I have to give a shout out to Jamal Hartwell all the time. P.J. Morgan, Cassandra O'Neal, Sam Tolbert. So many people that came back and gave back to the ones who couldn't go to school. They put their stuff online and was showing you stuff that they wouldn't show you in school. They even though they had a degree, they still gave back. Especially to the ones who didn't have a degree. That's just like me with music. Like I said earlier, I didn't go to nobody's college, but I can't even tell you how much money I have made in my life by being a musician. Because I didn't go to nobody's school to be taught how to engineer, how to do live sound, how to set up this, set up that, lay tracks. It was just given to me. That's why man cannot give you a gift that could play an impact on helping you bring your gift out. But all gifts come from above. Teach Holy Spirit. Now, once again, if college is for you, there you go. But college is not for everybody. And I'm here really to tell you in this video, don't get discouraged because you didn't get into that university and somebody telling you ain't going to be successful. That is a lie. You can still be successful in this life. You just got to learn who you are and figure out what it is your talent is. And once you do that, it's on. Your gift is. Well, brother, you need a degree. I didn't need one. I got a degree from the Holy Spirit. Who gonna give me a better degree than that? Just like me speaking the word, you know, it's a lot of people give me comments on her. They wouldn't dare listen to me because I don't have Bishop in front of my name. All they see is a Jerome 24. Man, who is that dude? He ain't, what seminary school you went? Nobody. And they get mad at what I teach because I teach stuff that they wouldn't dare teach. I'm stepping on toes. I don't even knock people when they go to seminary school. I pray for them, tell them learn all you can. But having a degree and all that education without the Holy Spirit, you ain't got nothing at all but just a long title, a long name. You got people flunking in the Holy Spirit but making good grades in their seminary school. How you gonna grade me on the Most High? Let me leave that alone. But this is the stuff that I want to tell you about college. How much you really gonna struggle. Now let me take this video a step further because I had a good question in that email, man. Why the tuition is so high now? When you go back in the days and look at how tuition was cheap in college, or even going to college, you look at just even go back to the 70s or 80s, and then you look at now. Because college has been around a long time. I want to say, was it like 1840s? But you go back and look at the price on how much you spent during a year, and now come look in 2017. And you wondering why, like you said, why is the tuition so high now? What do they do with the higher tuition fee income? Do you think it's really going to the students? Is it helping the students out more, or is it helping the university more? College is a ripoff. Let me ask you this. Why do you think the federal government now has made it so much easier for you to borrow money to get this higher education? You know, I oftentimes say on my videos, the more and more the government give you, the more and more they're going to try to control you. Look at these professors. Look at what they're teaching once again. When I talk about college, it reminds me of the NFL. It reminds me of the NBA. They see you coming, you know what they see? A walking ATM. Money bell go off. Ching, 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 ching. Yeah, I said it. They see a walking ATM. Oh, she got 2 students. Oh, man, they just graduated from high school. Uh-oh. I wish more people would tell the truth about these systems. How more people are being ripped off. But they see a walking ATM coming. College life. Uh-oh, we can get her 2 kids, his 2 kids. College life is very expensive. It's so expensive and barely affordable for the average student. Now, if you rich, that's something totally different. But I'm talking about the ones who don't live in that tax bracket, the ones who really want to go to college, especially the ones in my race who really want to go, it's hard for them. I was talking to a brother about this the other day. He said when he left college with about $45,000 in student loans. $45,000 in student loans. That's a lot. As my title say, yeah, you see my title. See, he got his professional career, but he started out in so much debt. He said, JT, it took me almost 2 or 3 jobs to pay it all back. He said them books wasn't cheap. See, most students won't buy used books. And then you know what comes along with that? Thank you, Holy Spirit. Let me take it there. Credit card companies. Oh, they see an ATM walking. They just waiting. They line up to give students that first credit card. They want you to have it. And you know what else they want you to do? Max it out. Y'all see this system now I'm talking about? It's all designed. It's all a setup. That's why the Most High system is totally different. You don't need all that. But yeah, they see you coming as a walking ATM machine. They throwing these credit cards at you left and right. They got you lined up. They ready. They want you to max out. Why you think they want a cosigner, especially a parent? We need somebody to co-sign. Why? And most people fall for it. Why? Because when you got a co-signer, they'll bail you out from when you can't afford to repay that debt. See, I'm talking about what they won't tell you. If you think I'm lying, just talk to somebody or Google what JT talking about. But most people ain't gonna tell you this because they see you as a ATM walking machine. And all this I'm telling you, notice I didn't have to go to college to figure this out. I'm not sitting there saying like I know it all and I'm some big time person. Nah, man, I'm just a slice of cheese off your cracker. I'm pretty much just the average Joe. But when you read, when you study, that's why I tell people all the time, don't just get off into something. Learn where it come from. Learn what it's all about. Learn why are you doing it. See if it's from the Most High or is it something you just been seeing a cycle. Well, man, I want to do this. I want to do that. That's the problem with us. We won't read. I remember that old saying, man, most of us got mad when we heard it. Said, if you ever want to keep anything from a black person, put it in a book. That's cold, ain't it? But look at that. Most of us will not read. And we sit up and be complaining a little like more than any other race about we need this, we need that. Ain't nobody looking out for us. And we won't even read and study what's going on in this life. If you study the Bible, you should know who you are, and really what you're worth. Why you fighting each other. Let me leave that alone. But look at how many people have wasted so much money on their students, their children, going to college and they kid and they didn't finish out. Even on her, I'm going to try to wrap this video up. I'm not trying to make it too long. But even on her, I have so many musicians that email me and tell me that they look at how much money they spent in going to school and they still didn't learn what they truly wanted to learn. Because nobody was giving them secret tips on how to play or how to use your hands to do this, form this chord, or the theory behind this. And I'm so amazed off my Heavenly Father because I said, you chose me, an ordinary Joe, to not go to school, but to still be able to teach a bunch of people without even having a degree. People be like, dang, JT, man, how did you learn how to? The Most High. Yeah, I know what a B flat 7, flat at 5. I know what the theory, the number system. You're not going to miss me because I studied right here and growing up. It took me a long time, but I got it. I studied. I read drum music like it wasn't nothing. Didn't go to nobody's school. Just learned. That's how the Most High operate. And I thank the Most High for that. It still happened for me in my life. It may not have had happened on my time, but it happened when the Most High was ready for it to happen. College just wasn't for me. I saw the light. I saw the other way. See, when you give it over to the Most High, once again, when he say your gift make room for you, not that you make room for your gift, that's backwards. Your gift make room for you. Most people I know trying to make room for their gift, and they wonder why they still not being successful in life. So much I can say, y'all. Paul, in the Bible, Apostle Paul was very well educated. He was taught by Gamaliel. Paul knew those different languages, but Paul was flunking in the Holy Spirit until he had that Damascus Road experience. Oh yeah, he was smart, he was educated, but he didn't know nothing about the Holy Spirit at first. See, he had to pretty much leave all that alone, and we wonder why he said, I got to start focusing on what's in front of me and stop concentrating on what's behind me. Even the one he was taught didn't teach him the Holy Spirit. Y'all catching this? All Paul had was education and authority and power, but he didn't have the Holy Spirit at first. That's why he thought what he was doing was right, because he was ignorant. He wasn't stupid. He was ignorant. But when after the Damascus Road experience, when his name was changed from Saul to Paul, one of the greatest in the Bible. He was smart, but he was flunking in the Holy Spirit at first. When I was talking to this brother last week about college, he was talking about all the money that he spent on textbooks, food, the parking lot. Well, I'm trying to end this video, but it's hard because this video it's exciting to me, and it's informational. And I got so much I want to let out. I'm trying to keep it at a not to be so long, but it's hard to stop right now because it's so much flowing through me. And now I want to tie this in with the parking lots, the food courts. You see what I'm saying? The textbooks. You're looking at about 300 to 500 per year in parking. See, these banks have made a killing. But what you see now, most kids now take out federal student loans from the Department of Education now. They trying their best to leave the bank loans alone. They gonna make that their last resort. They don't want to deal with the bank loans. They rather go through the Department of Education. College is very expensive. This dude was telling me, man, yeah, that's why I blame it on these private banks and all this. I'm gonna tell you something. If you wanna blame something, blame yourself. But see, with all this blaming game, don't nobody never look at the federal government and what they allow to go on. That's why I always tell people, who do you think really run this country? The president? Nah. When you start talking about the Federal Reserve banks, where the money at, whoever controls the money, that's who controls the country. Any president has been, they can be put in place like a puppet. The federal government is the lender. Who owns the federal government? Y'all already know. See, but you can still get private bank loans for your college education. But since they no longer are backed up by the U.S. government, private loans ain't that good as a deal anymore like you think they is. That's why I say most people that I know that graduated from college right now, they not even using their degree. They working 2-3 jobs now. And they look back over their life and be like, man, what was I thinking about? Now a lot of people came through college and they successful. But there some of them still even tell you, man, I'm still paying back them loans. It's all a system and a scam to me. This dude told me that just this morning, man, I want to kill my son. I spent all that money sending him to college and he just dropped out and went down there and got in trouble. He couldn't hang with that lifestyle. Wonder why so many children go to school, they go to college, and they come back strung out. They come back a drunk. They come back a whore. They got out there and got seen that lifestyle, and it's like, that's all they needed to see. And here go the parents right there, done wasted all that money. The limit on federal loans for most students is now about $32,000 for 4 years. Now let's take a great look at the unemployment rate right now. What you see now is middle class students. You see a whole generation of middle class students being torn down by student debt. I'm glad I didn't go to college. Total student debt done now reached past $1 billion. I say past $1 billion. Can you see what's really going on? Who making all the money? Even in these churches now, why you think so many of them keep going 501c3? Government. If we go with this government, they can give us this. And you wonder why they only preach about certain things. The more money the federal government put into financial aid, the more money the colleges are going to charge you for tuition. That's why the tuition keep going higher and higher, because the federal government keep putting more and more money into the financial aid, but most people don't catch that. And you wonder why it costs that much money for your child to go to that school. See, I'm in Dallas, Texas, and I'll close with this. Let me just use SMU for an example. Southern Methodist University. I stay right here by SMU. Tuition and fees, you're looking at about $53,000 almost. Wait a minute though, that's just tuition. Housing and eating, the meal plan, you're looking at about almost $17,000. Books and supplies, you're estimating about $1,000. Your annual total, you're looking at a little over $70,000. Now just think if you're a single parent. That's just for one child. See what I'm saying? SMU is not cheap at all. If you ever know about Dallas, Texas, and you just Google SMU, if you come down Mockingbird, you'll see why it's so high. I work in Highland Park. I do crossing guard over there with the children at Bradford Elementary School. Don't you know when SMU come down the street, they shut that street down? They come in with the big pretty buses, and they escorted by the police. They move me out the way if I'm crossing the kid, because that's SMU. That's money. They travel through. They don't pull up in charter buses. If you go to the college, you'll understand why I'm saying this. But you think you're going to get in there with little money? Nah. I'm just using SMU for an example. They make a way for SMU. See, in this life, according to who you are, if you got money, if you're in a whole other tax bracket, beneath, they say you over people and you looking beneath the ones that you over, you get treated like a king. You get treated totally different because of what you have and who you are. But do that make you better than the ones that you're looking down on? They put you in a whole other category. But I end with this once again. It wasn't fun to go to college. Most people, as my title say, they are graduating from college in debt. Don't you be one of the ones that be like that next. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful, blessed day.